Welcome back to Ever Boyfriend. This is Sina.
And I'm Chancellor. Happy New Year's, guys. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Happy New Year. It was New Year's Eve. The ball's gonna probably drop in another couple of hours, but guess what? Ready for New Year's. We're dressed up and we got a fragrance here to talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about Tiziana, Terenzi, Tabit.
Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned. Let's have a look at this beautiful presentation. So I normally don't keep a box, but had to keep this box. It's absolutely gorgeous.
This was not on purpose either, man. It just happened to be gold and
gold, white, and that kind of stuff. It's like celebratory.
This was New Year. This was for New Year's,
right?
New
Year's, exactly. Yeah, I love gold, exactly. So gold, white, exactly. Something sparkly, glittery. I love it. But now, Chancellor, why don't you go ahead and show them the box?
Why, certainly.
All right, then. Everyone here, have a great look at this beautiful box. Exactly, it's beautiful gold emblem on the front. Tabit, I love the presentation. And I love this presentation. It's a beautiful bottle. I love it. Gold, white. You have this beautiful light here. What else can you ask for? I know what you can ask for. Really nice smelling fragrance too, which Tabit is. Let's go ahead and get into what we smell here. So I already went ahead and sprayed this fragrance on my wrist. It's been here for, I would say, at least 15 minutes. So right now you have to dry it down, but of course you remember what the opening smells like. So I would say with the opening with this fragrance, you get a lot of fruity, deep musky notes. I would say I get a lot of peach. You get a lot of a very sweet, ripe peach when you first spray this. And then I would say as the fragrance starts to dry down, you start getting that sand. Now when you say sand, you think of sand as being dry and mineral note and almost like this little bit of a saltiness, right? If you ever got sand in your mouth.
Yeah.
So exactly. So you get the peach with the salty sand, and it just is a very luxurious, beautiful scent to me. Now I absolutely fell in love with Tabit when I had a sample of it and I had to go out in full bottle. I would say for me, I picked this fragrance for tonight because to me this is New Year's. This is New Year's on an island, New Year's in the Maldives, New Year's in Miami, somewhere where you're on an island or a beach and you're just enjoying the festivities and you just spray and douse yourself at night and you just smell fabulous. Like I love this fragrance. I think for me this is a party fragrance. This is it for me. Now it was really interesting because when I pulled this fragrance out, this is actually Chance's first time smelling it today.
It is.
So he's going to give you his take on it today, and it's very, very good because guess what? As ladies, we want to be attractive to men. We want to smell fabulous to them. And of course, this is a beautiful fragrance. It smells good, but we'll kind of get Chance's take on it. Like, Chance, what did you get from this fragrance?
So when she first sprayed it on, I got the bergamot, the peach scent. It was really sweet. It was really fruity, really feminine, which I love. Which you guys seen in other videos. That speaks to me. I love a feminine, light, iridescent sort of fragrance. However, like she sprayed this on probably about 45 minutes ago, and during the dry down, I got more of a oud, more of a musky, thicker, stronger, sea-eyed sort of more masculine to me.
Well, I would say this. So when I initially sprayed this, Chance says very pretty fragrance. I think it smells good, but this is nothing like Chanel, Chance, or the Favorite by Penhaligon's. That's what he said to me. Right. So for Chancellor, correct me if I'm wrong, he says that as a man, he would prefer those lighter, those fragrances kind of really stuck out there for some reason. Maybe it was the citrus notes, maybe it was something very like, just like very feminine about it. But he says this is a feminine fragrance too, but he says for some reason those other fragrances really stuck with him. Like, Chance, talk more about that. What do you think?
The sillage and everything, even during the dry down of the Favorite by Penhaligon's, for example, it still was very light. It was very sweet. I didn't get any of the musk, any of the ambers, any of the oud woodiness that this one has. Penhaligon's, it was another favorite of mine just because it to me when I smelled it, it spoke more of a feminine, airy, intimate. If I'm a man, I want to approach that woman. I want to know where that fragrance is coming from. Now, this is another intense. It's intense during the dry down, and maybe that's the turn off for me. It's a little bit too intense for me, like a male's fragrance would be.
You know what, ladies? And it's so interesting hearing Chancellor's point of view on this. You know why? Because for me, this was a sexy fragrance. Well, not was. It is a sexy fragrance. I thought a man would find this intriguing. Like, they smell you coming, you smell intense, and you smell sensual and beautiful. You know, it's a beautiful fragrance, but Chance was saying that for a man, they rather smell that light, fruity, soft Penhaligon's the favorite, or Chanel Chance versus smelling this.
Feminine always wins, lady.
I was in shock. That's why I feel like, I was like, Chance, you got to share this with our viewers, because, like, ladies, you know, we want to know how men perceive these fragrances. And to us, this is sexy. You know what I mean? And it is sexy to some degree, but for Chance, it smells more masculine. He smells more of the oud and the woods in there towards the dry down, and that in turn makes it not as feminine. So he says that other ones are more appealing because it's not that this doesn't smell great. It's just that those fragrances are more appealing because the softer, lighter airiness of those create the femininity versus smelling so intense and sensual. Like, for me, this was party New Year's Eve. This is on the beach. This is on a cruise or something like that. And I would think that I would smell fabulous and smell seductive or something like that. But Chance was saying no. He's saying it's quite the opposite. Those Chanel Chance and the Favorite and those kind of what people consider basic smelling fragrances are actually what attracts, this is Chance's opinion. He can't speak for all men, but for him, this is what it does.
The last thing that a man will want to smell is any sort of ouds or ambers. I'm not going to say the last thing you're going to smell, but that's too symptomatic of a male's fragrance, just in my opinion, in my experience. And when you smell the Penhaligon's the Favorite, it not only has you wrapped up upon initial spray, you're getting that scent, it's setting, it's drying down, you still get that like, it's still sweet, it's still feminine, like, ooh, who's still wearing that?
Right.
And it's intimate. This is also an intimate fragrance too, make no mistake about it, but during the dry down really, it hit a bit different for me when I got more of the musk and the oud.
I think it's intimate in the sense of it creates a warm, sensual cast as far as like a deep woodiness and the oud and the peach and the sand and cotton candies in there too, so you get some sweetness, but cotton candy is not like in a sense of an overly sweet. It just kind of adds to like the mineral note in the sand. So it's funny. I would think that this fragrance would be like, okay, for me, I agree with Chancellor actually. Like I think that if you want to be feminine on the first date, you maybe not want to wear Tabit. You wear this for a party. Like this
maybe
is a party
bit too much,
fragrance.
and maybe a bit too much for the first date, ladies.
Yeah, a bit too much. Exactly. This is something like you wear when you just want to smell fabulous. You're in a relationship for a long time, and you just like, want to douse yourself and just smell like you're wearing it for yourself. You know what I mean? But if you want to attract them in, maybe go with something a little softer.
Take heed. I mean, it's going to set on everyone's skin differently, but I mean, just for me as a man, the last thing that most men want to smell is oud or any sort of hint of masculine
woodiness and just like, oh wow,
not gonna do it for us.
That's really, really good insight. I really love that. But nonetheless, I love my Tiziana Terenzi Tabit, and it has this place, you know what I mean? But just the reason why we fragrance collect, right? We have multiple fragrances to say that we're going to wear them for different times and different situations, and Tabit's for another time. So
this is an all-season fragrance. Make no mistake about it. I think that you can wear this in winter, spring, summer, and fall. Like it's a go-to, but still, depending on what result you're trying to get from a date or work or whatever the case may be, just be mindful that during that dry down, just to me personally, it's a bit too masculine. I'm getting too much.
So what event or situation is this for you? Because I said it was a party. For me, it's a party, night out.
Yeah, girls' night out, things like that. Maybe a wedding, a bachelorette party. Yes, all day. First date with a man, any sort of date with a man, I would hold off. I would give it a second thought.
I really love that insight, you guys. Tell us what you think about. Have you smelled Tiziana Terenzi's Tabit? Let us know. And also, too, the full notes are in the description box, so you can check it out and see all the notes there. We're basically just telling you what we smell from now on, just to kind of give you our viewpoint. But of course, have a look and feel free to leave a comment. Let us know what you're wearing, and we hope to see you back here having some boyfriend.
All right, guys. Happy New Year, 2022.
Happy New Year. Bye.